Hello, Deksha. How are you? Can you hear me and see me? Hello, Hafiz. Hello. Can you hear me and see me? How are you doing? All good? Good. So let's wait a minute for also the other guys, okay? Which are coming in a second. So let's wait 1 or 2 more minutes to wait for them and so they can join the class as well. Hello, Mayank. Welcome back. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes, I can hear you, see you.
Wonderful. So, it's 13:07. I think we can start with your RTR classes, guys. So, for today, okay, I will ask you in these classes to participate, okay? So, I will ask you later on to both of you to unmute your mic and we will simulate a couple of communications, okay? Don't worry, okay? It's not going to be exam. We are not testing anything. We're just trying to learn, okay, together. So what we will do, we will just first go through a presentation, okay, and we will explain each and every day different topic, and then only after we will try to simulate a communication. It means that I will try to simulate the control tower, okay, and you will guys simulate that you are the pilots, okay. So you will have to communicate with me and using standard phraseology and so on, okay. No worries before we will go through them, okay. Hello Deksha, welcome back. Before we do these simulations, we will go through everything together, okay. So Is that clear? Any question about this?
No, clear so far.
Okay, perfect. So I will share with you a presentation, okay? So guys, today, okay, we'll go through the RTR day 11, okay? The idea is, guys, to give you these classes in order for you to get familiar with the operation in terms of communication in an aerodrome, okay? So, in this case, today, we will go through the taxi in an uncontrolled aerodrome, okay? So each and every day we'll have different topics. Tomorrow will be another one, the day after will be another one. And the layout of the class will be pretty much the same. Go through a presentation and then try to simulate a communication. Why is that? Because as far as I know, you still guys don't have yet flying experience. So it may be very hard for you to understand communication. Like this way, you follow in this way, you guys are able to get more and more familiar with the communication procedures, standard phraseology, so that whenever you will jump in an aircraft, you will not have any problem of unfamiliarization, okay, with communication. You will already know what we are talking about. You will already know what you have to say. Okay, so past classes, guys, from day 1 to 10 or 9, we went through the communication. It was the group class. You guys remember? I'm sure you do. And in this class, there was we went through many topics. Okay, the type of messages, the standard phraseology. Then we started to see how to communicate. Okay, how to establish communication. Then we saw VFR and IFR communication, then meteorological messages, loss of communication, and other topics, okay? These classes are mainly focused on you to take practice with the communications, okay? That's pretty much the idea. So, as always, guys, in case you have any question, you can either raise your hand or write it in the chat, okay? So, first of all, we have to understand a couple of things. Whenever we are talking about taxi in an uncontrolled aerodrome, first of all, are you guys aware of what does taxi mean? What is a taxi procedure?
It's that we go taxi to the runway. That is generally taxi.
Very good, exactly, okay? So, you are taxiing, it means you have a ground movement which is taking you either to the apron or to another taxiway, or as you said, to the runway, okay? But it's a ground movement, okay? Where do we taxi? We taxi into taxiways, okay? What are taxiways? Are designed path on an aerodrome, okay, where we can taxi the aircraft. And in the image here, you have it. You see? Do you see these yellow lines which the aircraft, the British Airways aircraft is following? These are taxiways, okay? The idea, guys, is that the taxi procedure, okay, on the ground, so ground maneuvering, in a control and an uncontrolled aerodrome is different, okay? Why is that? Because controlled aerodrome and uncontrolled aerodrome are two different type of aerodromes. A controlled aerodrome, the pilot receives authorizations. These authorizations are called clearances, okay? For the activity that he requests. He may request a clearance for takeoff, a clearance for landing, and also a clearance for taxi, okay? So the ground movement depends on authorization which is given by a unit, which can be, for example, usually the ground unit. You remember from previous classes? So each and every unit has a specific frequency. Example, ground on frequency 123 decimals 530, okay? Then maybe a possible frequency for ground, okay? So what the pilot will do is move the radio, okay? Select the channel 123 decimal 530 and establish communication requesting the authorization or the clearance to taxi. Now, this is what happened in a control aerodrome. So we are getting authorization and we do not depend on our own decision, but we depend on what the controller says, okay? The ground unit or whoever is taking care of us says. In uncontrolled aerodrome, okay, the pilot only receives informations, okay? What does it mean? That my movement is not anymore depending on the authorization that the controller is giving me, okay? It is not anymore depending on the clearance that they give me. It is depending on myself, okay? The person who eventually is in the unit, okay, advising us to whom we have to talk to on the ground, is just someone who's working for the airport, who is providing us information, okay? He's giving us information. What does it mean? He's informing us about normal flight operation, example, traffic, runway use, weather information, QNH. Do you guys remember the QNH? What is the QNH? Exactly. Is the one which you set in your altimeter, okay, in order to have the altitude indication, okay? And it's the so-called pressure setting at the at the correction at the sea level, okay? So that's the QNH. Now, these all information are provided to us by a controller. Meanwhile, in control aerodromes, do you guys remember from who we acquire all the information, runway, weather, information that we require? Do you remember how we do that? ATC, okay, there is a name for that. Muhafiz and Mayank. There is a name for the system which provides us this information. You guys remember it? It's called ATIS, okay? Automatic Terminal Information System. It is providing us things about, information about runway use, runway conditions, weather informations, non-standard changes, so anything which is going out of the standard operation in an aerodrome, okay? This is called ATIS. Instead, in uncontrolled aerodrome, there is someone who simply on the ground is providing us information, okay? That's pretty much what they do. The big difference, however, is that as we now have to get information in these uncontrolled aerodromes, we do not anymore request. What does it mean? Imagine, guys, I am coming to your house, okay? I want to enter your house, okay? I cannot just open the door and come inside. You agree with me? I have politely to ask you, can I come in? And you will tell me eventually, yes, welcome, come in, okay? But I'm requesting you kindly if I can come in, okay? Same idea works for control aerodrome. You have to think about your house as a control aerodrome. You are the tower, okay? And your house is the aerodrome. Same things happen instead, different things happen actually, when I go to a public park. When I go to a public park, I don't have to ask you if I can sit on the bench. I can just sit on the bench with my friend and drink a coffee. That's works for uncontrolled aerodromes, okay? I am just not requesting anything and eventually informing my friend I am sitting there so he can come and join me, okay? That's pretty much a good example which may help you to understand the differences between these two type of operations, okay? Is it clear about this so far? Okay. So we have different type of uncontrolled aerodrome. One is a radio service uncontrolled aerodrome, where someone is generally on the frequency and is helping the pilot with the relevant flight information. The other one instead is an information service, which gives you which usually the person in the frequency has a help, which is called meteorological system. Okay, it means has a meteorological system with which he can acquire meteorological information and give you additional information that you require. And this is usually called AFIS. Okay, so nowadays the AFIS, the information services, are not really much developed, especially in Czech Republic. But for example, in other countries are. Okay. We, for example, here, we have mainly radio services. It means that they do not have meteorological system, and they just give us information acquired for another meteorological station. Okay. Here, guys, you have examples. Okay. The radio service, which is providing known traffic unit, okay, is this one. Okay. Letniani radio. So what happens? We are in an aerodrome, and this is the aerodrome chart, okay? This is the configuration of the aerodrome. On top left of the map of the aerodrome chart, you have the frequency, and it's called Letniani radio, okay? And the frequency value is 120.335. Instead, when we are talking about information service, they are called Kunovice Info, for example, okay? Kunovice is the proper name of the aerodrome, but Info is the information service. It means that they are equipped with a meteorological station, okay? This currently, Lima Kilo Kilo uniform, which is indicated here, is the only one present in our country so far, and no other information service is provided. Most of them are all radio, okay? So we can try to practice, okay? Here, guys, we will start to a little bit understand how the communication is established in an uncontrolled aerodrome. Okay, we start from the first contact, which we require, and then we will go ahead going over basically all the rest, such as taxiing. Okay, so we request to taxi. Then we will see how do we cross a runway. Then we will see after landing, how do we taxi out of the runway. Okay, what are the standard phraseologies? Then we will see how to backtrack a runway. Okay, so many type of operation will be faced in this class. For now, let's stick to the basic first. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is establish our first contact. Okay, imagine, guys, we are somewhere parked with our aircraft in this aerodrome, and we have to establish our first contact. So what are we going to establish? What are we going to say? First of all, we have to report, okay, to the unit which is called Letniani radio, in this case. We have to say who we are calling, who we are, and then establish hello or good day. Okay? So we report, we say politely hello. Why? Because we are preparing them that we are going to transmit them a message. Usually, we do not jump into the communication straight saying what we need to say. We first, at the first contact, first say politely good day or hello, okay? So we can prepare them. The controller will tell you hello back, and he will let you pass your message, okay? So he will tell you, pass your message. He knows you have to transmit something, but what? He still doesn't know. So you will have to report it to him. So what are we gonna say? Pilot will say, Cessna 152, close to refueling station, 2 persons on board, pilot in command, the name of the pilot in command, and then request departure information via mic point. So, what's happening in this circumstance? I will share with you another page, just give me a second. Do you guys see the other page I'm showing you? Okay, great. So what's happening here? Here we are reporting, first of all, hello, and then we say, Cessna 152, so always the 3W rule. Who we are, what we want, correction, where we are, and what we want, okay? So 3W rule, okay guys, remember it always. So, what do I report? Let's say I'm here, close to the refueling station, okay? I am located here on the paved side. The gray part is the paved side, okay? And then here you have the 2 runways, 05 right and 05 left, or 23 left and 23 right. Here you have the terminal, then the tower, okay? And then some other buildings that are around the aerodrome. So now what happens? You report who you are, says now 152 in this position, okay? 2 persons on board, pilot in command, and you will have to say the name of the pilot in command. Okay? What does this mean? That you are reporting who you are. So, I'm a Cessna 152, is my type of aircraft. Where correction, I have 2 persons on board, it means that it's me, the pilot in command, plus someone else. And 3, what do I, correction, name of the pilot in command. So, the name of the pilot in command has to be usually spelled in ICAO alphabet. So, for example, Mayank, can you please spell in ICAO alphabet your name? You can unmute yourself if you want.
Yeah, so Mike Alpha, Yankee Alpha, November Kilo.
Okay, very good. Deksha, can you spell your name?
Delta Echo Kilo Sarah then Hotel Alpha.
Very good, amazing. You are already guys familiar with the ICAO alphabet. I'm really happy about that. Very good. Muhafiz, can you do the same, please?
Yeah. Mike Uniform Hotel Alpha Foxtrot India Zulu.
Very good, amazing. Okay, guys, that's already a big step. Okay, the first thing that you have to do before starting flying, get familiar with this alphabet. Okay, so sometimes, as you guys do not come from, maybe you will not fly in the same country you come from. Okay, you will have the controller will not understand your name. Okay, it's normal. To me, it happened the same very often. And as they do not understand your name, they ask you, can you please spell the name of the pilot in command? So you have to spell letter by letter. And in your case, in our case, we have to spell letter by letter in ICAO alphabet, okay? So at that point, once you will report name of the pilot in command, you will state where you are. We are currently located close to refueling station, okay? And then we never have to forget, what do we want? Okay, why are we calling these guys? Why do we have to have such a headache to establishing communication and talk to them? Because we want to depart and leave this airspace from Mike Point in this case, okay? It means that they have to be aware that we want departure information because we are in a radio uncontrolled aerodrome, okay? So we want information for our departure, okay, via Mike Point, okay? Which is this point. Our aerodrome is here, okay, is this one. So what we will do is just take off and proceed to this Mike Point. That's our intention. Okay, the controller now understood what we wanted and he's going to answer to us. Now, we request the departure information, okay? It means that he will give us the information we require. So, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, Legnani Radio, runway use 23, right-hand traffic circuit, not above 2,000 feet, QNH 1010. So, what does this mean? First of all, runway use is 23. It means that the wind is somehow coming from the west, okay, southwest. So the runway use is the 23 and is this one. It means that the pilot will have to taxi from this point all the way to the holding point of this runway, okay, without entering obviously yet. Then it says, right-hand traffic pattern, it means that if I want to stay on my traffic pattern, I have to take a right turn, okay? If this is runway 23, I have to go to the right, so north of the airfield, okay? And this is the direction of my traffic pattern. Understood? Then it says, do not climb above 2,000 feet, because above 2,000 feet there is another airspace in which we cannot enter. And it says also the QNH, which is in this case 1010. Okay? Then the pilot now, after he receives all this information, has to acknowledge all the information. So, runway use 23, right-hand traffic circle, not above 2,000 feet, QNH 1010. So he basically repeats, okay, everything we require, okay, that has been telling to us. In aviation, guys, communication most of the time is just repeating what they are saying to you, okay? Once you understand this, you will be a little bit ease up in the communication procedures. Okay, understood until here, or do you have any question? Okay. So now it's time to practice. Taxi. The pilot, as we said, wants to taxi to runway 23. So he wants to follow this arrow, okay? From this position, he wants to follow this arrow and reach runway 23 left, okay? Now, in some aerodromes, there is no taxi procedure published. What does this mean? That we do not have any taxi path defined, okay, on the aerodrome ground. In some others, we do, okay? And I have some examples here. Just give me a second. So in this case, you see, guys, the runway 06 R stands for right, and 24 left stands for L, L stands for left. So this is the runway in asphalt, okay? Then we have the taxiway, so-called. Taxiway have different name, can be Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, okay? These are the taxiways, and means that they are defined paths, okay? In our case, which is here, we guys do not have any of these letters. So any of these taxiway defined. So we have no taxi procedure published. It means that the taxi is at our own discretion, and we have to follow the, in this case, the grass path which has been defined for us. Okay? So what you will do again, you will just inform the controllers that you are taxing to holding point 23 left, okay, which is here. The controller, okay, will just tell you either copied or Roger, or taxi is clear. It means taxi, you are clear, the taxiway is clear, there is no traffic and so on. The idea, guys, is that you're just informing them, okay? But you're not requesting anything because they do not have to give you any authorization. You are in a public park, imagine, okay? So no one has to give any authorization. But, however, it is good to tell them as information. In some aerodrome, okay, you do not even have to report that you're taxiing, because here no taxi procedure is published, you see? There is no place where you can actually taxi, which is defined by the aerodrome chart. However, it's a good habit to tell them, okay? Tell them that you are taxing to 1.23 left. They will tell you, obviously, copied or Roger. Do you remember, Roger, what it means? Can anyone tell me what Roger means? Yeah, understood, exactly, okay? So, we are taxing with our airplane to holding point 23, okay? And that's pretty much what happens. After that, we will just request the takeoff clearance correction. We will just inform them that we will take off, and we will just do the takeoff. Now, whenever we talk about taxi, guys, we are also talking about how to exit the runway, not only when we are going for our departure, but also when we are arriving from our flight, okay? So, whenever we want so said vacating the runway, it means exit the runway, okay? In an uncontrolled aerodrome, we have to report Legnani Radio, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, runway 23 left vacated, taxiing to refueling station. Okay? So we reported them that the runway 23 left is vacated and that we are taxiing to the refueling station. It is important for you to understand, guys, that it is not mandatory to report the runway 23 left vacated during daytime as per European rule, but it is highly recommended. It is mandatory at night. At night, you have to report the runway vacated. Okay? And obviously, you tell them taxing to refueling station. So you are telling what are your intention. Okay? The controller will just tell you copied, bye-bye. Okay? Because at that point, guys, you don't need the controller anymore. You are taxing to refueling station, switching off the aircraft, and you will refuel the aircraft. But you do not really need the controller anymore for that, okay? What may happen? You may tell them, Legnani Radio, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, runway 23 left vacated, taxiing back to holding point runway 23 left. It means that from this position, okay, in which you vacated the runway, you are going all the way back to this position, okay? Where is the arrow? You see it? Good. So, in some aerodrome, guys, we have so-called two runways, okay? It means that in this case, we have two runways, so 05 left, 05 right, or 23 left, 23 right. So what happens in these runways? If we are coming from here, for example, okay, we were coming from the refueling station, as we said in the previous example, okay, we are taxiing all the way to the 23 left, okay, and now we are waiting there. We do all our procedures and check, and then we want to take off. But what if we want to take off from 23 right instead of 23 left? It may happen. It often happens. So what we have to do is crossing the runway, okay? Anytime you are crossing a runway, guys, it is of vital importance, okay, that you report it, okay? And the controller will answer you clear, okay, that the runway is clear. So, Legnani radio, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, crossing runway 23 left and hold short 23 right. It means I am crossing the 23 left perpendicularly and I'm proceeding to 23 right, but I'm not entering 23 right. I'm still holding short. It means I'm just standing by the position before entering the runway. Very important, guys. Anytime we are specifying the operation on a runway, we have to report the exact runway identification number. Okay? Do not make the mistake. Letniani radio, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, crossing runway. And what runway? Okay? They will ask you which runway. You have to know which runway and you have to report it in the communication. Okay? You do not only have to report the runway identification number, but you also have to report whether it's right or left, okay? Because it changes. It is very important. What if you tell them crossing runway 23 and they don't know which one? And maybe there is an aircraft which is about to land, okay? So that's quite bad. So what they usually answer you is either Roger, okay, or 23 left is clear for crossing. It means the 23 left is clear, there is no obstacle, there is no aircraft landing, no aircraft taking off, you can cross it. Okay? That's pretty much what happens whenever you have to cross a runway. The main thing is that you always, before entering a runway, in any possible way, you report or either request it if you are in a control area. Okay? Let's say you call Legnani radio, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, runway 23 left, crossing runway 23 left and hold short 23 right. And they may answer you, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, Legnani radio, hold position, traffic on final. It means that there is a traffic which is landing, okay, on final, and they want you to hold your position, okay? They do not want you to keep the position there. They do not want you to enter the runway. They want you to keep your position because there is an aircraft which is landing and it may collide with you. Also, question, guys, if Legnani radio, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, runway 23 left, crossing runway 23 left and hold short 23 right, and then they call you and say stand by, what do you do? What do you guys do? First of all, do you answer, Mayank? Okay, no. And then what do? You hold the position or you enter the runway and you cross? Okay. Also for you, Muhafiz, you hold? Very good. How about you, Deksha? What do you think? Okay, exactly, okay? So we do not answer, but we hold the position, okay? It's not that we do not answer, but we cross the line, okay? That's bad. We do not do that. Hold the position and do not answer. Eventually, as you also said, Muhafiz, after a ride, if they may forget about us, we can try to establish communication because it happens so many times to me, guys. I know it sounds funny, but it happens so many times that I am flying, okay, or I am on the ground most probably, and they call me and say, stand by. And I'm there waiting 1, 2, 3 minutes, like that, and no one is calling me anymore, and I have to reestablish contact. What happened? They forgot about me because most probably they had some other traffic or some other situation they had to solve. Okay, it is normal. It may happen to everyone, so it's not a big deal. Everyone makes small mistakes. However, it may happen, so just be aware of it. Okay. So, any question? Everything is clear so far? Okay, I assume. Oh, very good. So, guys, here I'm sending you the link for the worksheet. Can you please open it, guys? And can you let me know if all of you can open it? Okay, very good, perfect. Because we had some technical issues, and I wanted to be sure that you guys can open it. Okay. All right. So, first question: pilots get clearances in controlled aerodromes. Is this true or false? Very good, very good. Okay, it is true. Okay, why? Because anytime we are in control aerodromes, we have to get authorization from the traffic controllers. Okay, these authorizations are called clearances. Always think about the control aerodrome as your house and an uncontrolled aerodrome as a public park. Okay, so it is true. Why? It tells me that it's not. In control aerodromes, it should maybe be true. Maybe there is a small mistake in the system. I will fix it later on. Okay? Yeah, it's okay, Marianne. It's fine. It's fine. It's a bug of the system. I will fix it. Don't worry. Okay. So number 2, a radio service gives information relevant to flight operations in uncontrolled aerodrome. Is this true or false? Exactly, guys, it's true. In uncontrolled aerodromes, there is a radio service which is providing us information, okay, relevant to weather, traffic, runway use, runway conditions, and so on. It's working. This one is working. You can double check if it's working for you as well. Should be the one before should be a bug of the system, guys. I will fix it. Okay. Is for you working? Is the correct answer? Okay, great. All right. Oscar Kilo Foxtrot Alpha Golf is parked close to the fuel station. The pilot wants to taxi to holding point runway 23 left via taxiway Juliet. What shall the pilot say when establish contact with the tower? Request taxiing 23 left, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet. Taxiing 23 left. Taxiing 23 left via Juliet, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, Fox Alpha Golf. Request taxiing via taxiway Juliet. Okay, so in this case, we do not have specified whether it's control or uncontrolled aerodrome. Okay, we assume it's uncontrolled aerodrome here. Okay, so what we will say? Taxiing to runway 23 left via taxiway Juliet, Oscar Kilo, Foxtrot Alpha Golf. Okay, we always specify the runway, okay? Because we cannot say taxi, request taxiing via taxi to runway via Juliet, okay? Or taxiing to runway 23 left, because we do not specify from which side, okay? Or request taxiing to runway 23 left, we cannot do that because as well here we have to specify the Juliet taxiway, and also it is not controlled aerodrome. Okay, so next task. Select the taxiway corresponding to the holding points of the runway. Which one are the taxiway here which are corresponding to the holding points? So which taxis are abeam the runway, guys? Can you name them? Exactly, okay. Here we have defined path, okay, in this aerodrome chart. We have the defined path which will bring us to the runway, okay. This defined path that guide our movement and directions on ground are called taxiways. In this case, we have 5 taxiways: Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo. You all agree with me? Wonderful. So if you select them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, they should be correct. Okay? And these are all so-called holding points. It means that if you proceed with this taxiway, you hold short, okay? You are just about to enter the runways. Okay? Very good. So guys, we can take about 15 minutes break. Is that okay for you? Something like that, more or less, okay? Sounds good? Sounds good for all of you? Perfect, wonderful. Okay, so I'll see you here roughly at 15, no, correction, at 10, okay? 14:10 local time. Sounds good? See you in a while. Bye. Hello guys, are you all back? Wonderful, great. So is there any question about the previous part, or everything is clear? So, share with you again. So, the next part, okay, talks about the backtrack on the runway. So, what is a backtrack? Backtrack is basically, as you can imagine from the picture, okay, where there is basically a round that the aircraft, a turn that the aircraft makes on the runway, on the ground, 180 degrees. It means that he, okay, the pilot or she, is on a runway and wants to run the runway, okay, all the way back. Okay, so it wants to taxi back to the position at the beginning, to the runway threshold, okay, on the runway, making a turn, okay, and proceeding all the way back. Proceeding all the way back, at this point, he can either re-establish himself for the takeoff direction or vacate the runway on the side. Okay, it's up to the pilot usually. So what happens for the backtrack? When do we may need the backtrack? Let's say we are landing on runway 23 left, okay, and what we want to do is to take off again, okay, without exiting the runway. So we can backtrack on the runway 23 left, okay? Another condition may be if, for example, our parking stand may be located somewhere here where the red dot is, okay? We can just backtrack the runway, so we will exit from here, the taxiway, and locate ourselves here. So what happens in this case? In this case, the pilot, okay, will just advise the radio service that he or she is backtracking the runway. Again, anytime we have so-called operation which are involved within the runways, it is necessary to specify the runway identification number. Okay, in this case, 23 left. So, negli anni radio, Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, backtracking 23 left. The controller either will tell you again, Roger, or will call you and say, the 23 left is clear for backtrack. It is necessary that they call you and tell you this. Why? Because you may have traffic on the final, okay? And you land and you want to backtrack. But if there is a traffic on the final who wants to land on your same runway, it is necessary that you either vacate or the aircraft goes around, okay? So, in this type of operation, always wait for the answer from the controller, okay? However, if you do not hear any other aircraft in the frequency, you can be sure that there is no other, okay? So you can just advise that you are backtracking runway 23 left and go ahead. If you were on an aerodrome which is controlled, it is necessary instead to request for backtrack. And they have to tell you, clear for backtracking runway 23 left, okay? Okay, instead here, the controller is just giving you an information that the 23 left is clear and there is no such situation that involves another traffic. Okay, is this clear? It is very important, I stress a lot on the backtrack, guys, because many students are getting confused on the backtrack. And what they do, once it happened to me, that we landed on this aerodrome, okay? We landed, reached all the way here, and then I told him, okay, now backtrack the runway. He advised the backtrack. What he did, he turned and then he started to take off immediately in the opposite runway. Okay, instead it is not like that. You have to 180 degrees, taxi, so slowly reach the threshold of the runway 23 left, and then initiate your takeoff run eventually if you want to take off, or vacate the taxi either to the right or to the left. Okay? Is this clear for everyone, or do you have any question? Right. Okay, so now let's practice together, guys. So you've seen a little bit of this, okay, of this communication. Now, what we will do, we will assume, we'll make a couple of assumptions, okay? So, number one assumption is that your call sign, you will choose your call sign, okay? Can be any letter from any registration marking, okay? The call sign of the radio is called radiste radio, okay? And this, I will play radiste radio, okay? You have it written on the chat. So, the current situation is that I'm radiste radio, and you guys are parked at apron Tango, okay? Which is here at Tango 1, taxi spot Tango 1, okay? So here the configuration of the taxiway, it is not that complicated because you have apron Tango on one side and apron Whiskey on the other side. You have then two taxiways. One is Golf, okay, which is this one, and one is Bravo, which is this one, okay? Both of them are possible to conduct you to runway 06, okay? The opposite runway is runway 24, okay? So, my name is Radiste Radio, and you guys are currently at apron Tango. Okay? Now, what you will have to do is do exactly what we've been through, okay? Advise in the first contact. I will give you the information. Then you advise me that you are taxing, okay? And then we will play a little bit of backtracks and so on, okay? So, who wants to start? Mayank, you want to start? Oh, well, someone has to start, guys. So it's up to you. Who wants to start can start. Don't worry, I'll help you, okay? The first one who starts, I help him. The others, I don't. No, I'm joking. Of course, I will help you guys, okay? We are here to learn. Don't worry, okay? Come on, unmute yourself, please.
Okay.
Oh, great! You are the first. You will be rewarded, Muhafiz. Very well, very good.
I hope
Okay, so what's happening in here? You are at apron Tango, okay? And you always have to think about the same things: who you are, where you are, and what you want. Okay?
Okay.
So try to give me the first contact, okay? And try to always start with hello, and then who you are, where you are, what you want.
Okay. Radiste Radio, Oscar Alpha, Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha.
Okay,
Hello.
Okay. Mike, say again. Your
Oscar Alpha, Mike Uniform
Sierra Alpha, right?
Juliet Alpha, yes.
Sierra Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha. Okay. So that's your call sign. Okay, it's just for me to interact with you. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oscar Alpha, Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha. Good day. Pass your message.
I'm considering it to be a Cessna only. Okay, so
Yeah.
Cessna one.
You can even tell me Airbus as you wish. Okay, it is up to you the type of aircraft.
Okay, so Cessna, park close to apron T. Pilot in command, Mike, Uniform Hotel Alpha Foxtrot India Zulu, requesting departure via taxiway G.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Is good. Couple of things I wrote in the chat. So, apron tango. Okay, it's not apron T. It's apron tango. Remember this. It's ICAO alphabet. Okay, we have to use all the time ICAO alphabet. Second thing, whenever you request a departure, okay, you do not have to say the taxiway yet. Okay, what do you want? Why do you call me? That's the main reason. Okay, that's the main idea. Why you call me? You call me to know departure information. Okay, which means runway use, weather, is there any traffic? So what you just simply say is departure request departure information. Okay, so try again.
Okay, so Cessna 152 parked at apron Tango, requesting departure information.
Very good. This was good. Okay. So who you are, where you are, what you want. Now I will answer you. Oscar Alpha, Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha. Radishte Radio. Hello. So runway use 06, left chance traffic circuit, QNH 1014. Okay, no traffic reported. And now you will have to check what I told you. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so runway in use 06, left traffic circuit, QNH 1014, and no traffic.
Amazing. There you go. Okay. So that's exactly how you establish communication. So now what you will do? Now you know that the 06 is in use. Is that correct? Runway 06
Yes.
is in use. Perfect. So what you will do from Tango, you will proceed via taxiway Golf, okay, to and enter runway 06, okay? Or alternatively, this one is taxiway Tango, so you can even say taxiing via Tango to runway 06, okay? So now the next part is reporting your intention to taxi. Again, you do not request me anything, you just inform me, okay? And I eventually inform you and help in case there is a traffic, in case there is anything else, okay? In case the QNH changes, okay? That's all my job. Your job is just to decide where to go.
Okay, yes.
Right.
Registry radio, Oscar Alpha, Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha, taxiing through taxiway Tango to holding point runway 06.
Very good. So I will answer you. Oscar Alpha, Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha. Taxiways are clear and hold position in taxiway Tango due to traffic. Now you just simply have to repeat me what I told you, okay?
Okay. So hold position at taxiway 06.
No, holding point, all position, taxiway tango, holding point 06. Okay, just before runway 06. Why? Because there is a final. There is an aircraft on final. Everything has to make sense, right? It has to be logic. So what does it mean? That if there is an aircraft which is landing, let's say it's the red dot, okay, and is landing, you cannot enter the runway because it will hit you. So you have to wait on the taxiway tango, which is called holding point, okay?
Okay, yes.
Very good, okay? So when the taxiway then is gone, when the traffic is gone, you can then call me and report again. Departing runway 06, okay? And I will eventually tell you that 06 is clear, okay? So your next contact will be, you can try.
Registry radio Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha departing runway 06.
Very good. Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha. 06 is clear. Wind 2350 degrees. Correction. Wind 050 degrees. 12 knots.
Okay, registry radio Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha wind 050 degrees 12 knots.
Okay. The wind never has to be reported. Remember this.
Okay.
It is an information that the pilot keeps for himself, but you do not have to read it back. What you have to read back is the fact that 06 is clear. Because that's the most important thing, right? I tell you that the runway 06 is empty and you can go, you can take off.
Okay.
It's like a mutual communication on helping each other on coordinate safe flight operations. Okay? Obviously, it's more important that runway 06 is empty and that you can use it for takeoff rather than knowing the wind. Okay? The wind is just an information for yourself that you use for flight operations, but that's only for yourself. Okay, and you don't have to read it back. So let's try again. Try again from the beginning and tell me the communication, how it is supposed to be.
Okay, so from the starting. So registry radio Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha, hello.
Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha, register radio. Hello, pass your message.
Cessna 152 parked at Apron Tango. No, not requesting. Yeah, requesting departure information.
Amazing, perfect, wonderful. So, Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha. Runway in use, register radio. Runway use 06, left-hand traffic circuit, QNH 1019, no traffic reported.
Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha runway in use 06, left traffic circuit, QNH 1019, no traffic.
Amazing. Okay, what's next? After this, obviously you want to go, right? So you tell me that you are taxiing, right?
Yes.
You can go ahead.
So registry radio Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha taxiing to holding point 06.
Via Tango.
Through?
Okay? Exactly.
Via Tango.
Very good. Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha, register radio, copied, Roger, taxi via Tango and hold short runway 06.
Hold short runway 06.
And who are you? Who's calling?
Oh yeah, Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha, hold short runway 06.
Very good, okay? Because otherwise I don't know who's calling me and I'll get confusing, okay? Perfect.
Yes.
Now, whenever you want, whenever you're ready, you can tell me that you are ready for departure and that you are, correction, you are not ready for departure, you are departing runway 06. okay? And I will give you the relevant information.
Okay. Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha departing runway 06.
Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha, Radishte Radio, runway 06 is clear, wind 050 degrees, 12 knots.
Register Radio Oscar Alpha Mike Uniform Juliet Alpha. Thank you. Is it right?
Okay, is good, but you have to repeat me that the 06 is clear. Okay, runway 06 is clear.
Okay, 06 is clear.
Okay, because I told you that it's clear, you have to read back it's clear, and then you can go. Okay?
Okay.
Very good. Okay. Now maybe I may go back to you later on, Muhafiz. Was very, very good. Congratulations, well done. It was very well done communication. Good usage of standard phraseology and good usage of call signs. Okay, you know when to put first who you are calling and then who you are. Okay, that's very important, and many people make mistakes, even pilots who are right now flying and so on. Okay, so keep it like that. It was very good. I'm very happy. Okay, who's next? Who wants to try?
Okay, let me try.
All
I'm
right.
not that confident, but still.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. So this time for you, Mayank, you will be at Apron Whiskey. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, Apron Whiskey, and you will have. Okay, so this is Apron Whiskey, and you can go from Whiskey to Bravo. Okay. So first you will request me the departure information, right? And then you will tell me that you're taxiing to holding point, runway 06 on taxiway Bravo. Okay? After that, when you will tell me that, you are taxiing to the holding point, and then when you are ready, you can tell me, Radishte Radio, departing runway 06. Okay? So, try from the beginning, and what's your call sign?
So it can be Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha. Oscar Kilo.
Okay.
Easy, I think.
Let's make it Oscar Kilo Golf
Alpha.
Oscar. Okay? Because it's a little bit shorter. Okay? So this is your call sign. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Perfect. So you can start whenever you want. My name is Radishte Radio.
So the three W's are who I'm calling, where
Yeah.
am I, and what I want.
Exactly.
Okay. So register radio Alpha, Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Parked at.
Hello first. Tell me hello first.
Okay, hello. Okay.
Okay, very good.
Then
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Radishte Radio. Good day. Pass your message.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Parked at Aero Whiskey, right? Okay.
Yes.
Whiskey request departure. Request taxi.
No. First, what do? The first thing. You were doing it correct. What is
First,
the first thing you ask?
Not sure.
Why you are calling me? What do you need before departing?
Information.
Very
Departure
good.
information. Okay.
Very good. You see, is everything very logical? You cannot know where to go if you don't know the runway, right? Because if I don't give you the runway, the QNH, you don't know anything. Okay. So departure information. Okay. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, Radishte Radio. Runway use 06. QNH left hand traffic pattern QNH 1008, no traffic reported.
Register radio Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar 06 left
Left traffic pattern. It means
Okay.
if I want to turn to go around the airport, okay, to establish my traffic pattern to accomplish takeoff and landing, I have to turn to the left. I cannot turn to the right. Okay.
So left traffic pattern, runway not clear, QNH 1019er, forgot the QNH.
Okay, did you remember the QNH? You
No.
don't remember the QNH. Okay, so usually when the ATC speaks to you, you are ready to write it. Okay, so you can write down this information. Okay, do it either on your laptop or on a paper and a pen. Okay, but usually every pilot when the ATC speaks is ready to write because it's impossible to remember everything. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll try to tell you again. Okay. So Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, register radio. Runway 06 is in use, left-hand traffic pattern, QNH 1008, no traffic reported.
Register radio Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar runway 06 in use, left hand traffic pattern QNH 1008.
Fantastic. Okay. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, register radio. Report your intention to taxi.
So here I inform him that I
Now
want
you
to
know
taxi.
everything, right? Now, my Yankee, you know everything. So you know the runway, the QNH, everything. So now you can tell me, I taxi via ABC. Okay. We said that you will taxi via Whiskey and taxiway Bravo, holding point runway 06. The holding point is just before the runway, okay, before entering the runway. So when someone tells you taxi holding point, runway 06, you just taxi before the runway without entering, okay?
Okay, so hold before the runway.
Yeah, exactly. So you will taxi to the holding point, okay, of runway 06 via Whiskey and Bravo, okay? So you can report this that I just told you as intention to me, okay?
So register radio Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar taxi via Whiskey Bravo holding point. What was the holding point? Bravo.
Holding point what? Holding point what?
Holding point 0 runway 06.
Amazing. There you go.
Okay.
You see? Very easy, no? Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Hold position apron Whiskey due to traffic.
Register radio Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar hold point 0 runway 06.
Negative.
Okay.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Hold position apron Whiskey due
Okay.
to traffic.
Run Whiskey. Okay. So I have to just repeat it back.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
giving instruction because there is a traffic maybe which is coming and you have to tell me back that you understood, okay?
So register radio Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar holding point apron Whiskey runway 06. No?
No, you are not still on the runway. You
Okay.
are in the apron Whiskey because you told me that you wanted to taxi, right? You said to me, I'm
Yeah,
taxiing
okay.
via Whiskey Bravo holding point 06. Perfect. I am calling and tell you, stand by, keep your position in apron Whiskey because there is another traffic. Okay?
Okay.
So you will just tell me, hold position apron Whiskey, Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha, or Oscar Alpha, or Alpha Oscar. What is it? Golf Alpha Oscar. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now I call you and say, Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, you can proceed and taxi to holding point runway 06. Traffic is passed. Okay?
Okay. So register radio Alpha Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Taxi via Bravo. Then
Where?
left traffic pattern.
No, no, no. You are not still in the left traffic path.
Okay.
You are still on the ground. Okay? I just told you that you can do what you asked me to do before. You told me, not me. You told me, I want to taxi via Whiskey, Bravo, and to the holding point runway 06. Then I told you stop, hold short, and then I told you again, okay, now the traffic is passed. You can go via Whiskey, Bravo, hold point 06. Understood?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
So I would repeat as
Exactly.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Apron Whiskey via Bravo. Hold point runway 06.
Perfect, amazing. Now you go to a holding point runway 06. There, you are there waiting. Okay? What you do? You want to tell me that you want to depart via 06, right? Because you are at the holding point and that's the runway. So what you will tell me, you will call me and say that you are departing runway 06. Okay? So you will enter the runway and take off.
So I'm requesting you, not yet, right? This
You are not
uncontrolled.
requesting. You are requesting me only once, and you request me the information about the aerodrome. Then you do not request anything else. You are just telling me. You are just telling me information about what your intention are. But then you do not do anything else. You do not request me anything. Now your intention is to depart from runway 06. So you have to report it to me.
So I would say Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Departure via 06 runway or runway 06.
Very good. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, runway 06 is clear, wind 070 degrees, 12 knots.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar Roger. Thank you.
No, you have
No?
to report me the runway. I told you
Okay,
that
runway, yeah.
I told you that
Not-
the runway is free. You can go. You have to tell me that one. You have to tell me that the runway is free. It's a mutual job. Okay. I tell you that the runway is clear, and you tell me that it's clear as well. Okay. The wind does not have to be reported. Understood?
Let me try again.
Yeah, sure.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Runway 06 clear for departure. Thank you.
Perfect. Amazing. And then you go. Yeah. Bye bye. Like that. Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty much what you have to do. Okay. You want to try again from the beginning?
Yeah, sure.
Good. So again as before, okay? You have apron whiskey.
So register radio Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Apron Whiskey.
Okay,
Via-
first hello. Okay, first hello, always. Do it
Hello.
because in Europe they want you to do that. Okay? It is
Greetings
like-
first. Okay.
Yeah. Greeting first. It's a non-written rule. If you go to a US, they don't want you to do that. But in here, yes, they do. Okay, so hello, and then I tell you Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, register radio. Good day, pass your message.
Okay. Then I say Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha
Uh-huh.
Oscar. Apron Whiskey via Bravo. Holding point 06. Request for departure. Departure information. Yeah.
Exactly. So try again from the beginning.
Okay. So
You can
again from hello.
can disregard the hello, okay? Hello,
Okay.
just disregard it, okay? Just go ahead.
Okay. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Apron Whiskey via Bravo. Holding point 06. Request for departure information.
Okay, you can also do this, okay? The problem is one, that you still don't know the runway, and you are telling me
Okay.
already that it's taxing to the runway. But if
Okay.
you don't know it, it's quite hard to know whether it's going to be 06 right, 05 to 4, okay, because we have different runways here.
Okay.
So first tell me, request me say who you are, where you are, and what you want. So who you are.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar.
Okay, eventually you tell me the name of your pilot in command. Mike Alpha, Yankee Alpha, November Kilo. Okay.
Okay.
Then where are you?
Apron Whiskey.
Good. And what do you want? Why are you calling me?
Taxi via Bravo holding point.
You're not calling me for that.
Okay.
Why are you calling me, Maya? What do you need to know before?
Departure information. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So use these 3 points and try to communicate. It's always the same. Okay.
Okay.
So try again.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Who am? Okay. Then where am I? I'm Apron Whiskey. Departure information.
You request the departure.
Request departure information. Yeah.
Okay. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Radiște Radio. Hello. Runway in use 06. Left hand traffic pattern. QNH 1013. No traffic reported.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar runway 06 left hand traffic pattern QNH 1013 runway not clear. Holding point.
Why
06?
runway not? Did I tell you runway not clear?
I think so.
I told you no traffic reported.
Okay, no traffic. Okay.
Okay, be careful. Okay. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, Radiște Radio, your readback is correct. It means that you catch all the information. And advise your intention to taxi.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar Apron Whiskey via Bravo. Then do you have to repeat QNH? No? No. Okay. So then runway 06.
Holding point, you remember?
Yeah, holding point runway 06.
Okay. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, Radiște Radio. Taxiways are clear. You are clear to taxi. Okay, so I'm just telling you that they are all clear. There is no traffic, and you can go. Okay, and you just tell me taxiway is clear. Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar. Okay.
Okay.
Now you are at the holding point taxiway Bravo, and you want to depart. Okay. So how do you do that?
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar runway 06 departure. Thank you.
Departure runway 06.
Departure runway 06. Okay.
And I call you and say, Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar, Radiște Radio, runway 06 is clear. Wind 100 degrees, 13 knots.
Oscar Kilo Golf Alpha Oscar runway 06 clear. Departure. Thank
Fantastic. You can also only say clear. That's it.
you. Okay.
Okay. And then you go. That was very good. Okay. This one, second one, way better than the first one. Well done.
Thank
Okay?
you. It could be better, I guess.
No, it was, yeah, we'll get better. Don't worry. You just, first time you guys practicing communication. What do you expect? Come on. Obviously. So, before going with our last man, which is Diksha, okay, and before that, can you guys open worksheets, please? And we can do some of the remaining parts. So please open question number 5, guys. Number 5 says, you are at holding point echo and you are ready for departure, how do you report this information? So, sorry, I will re-upload the worksheet. So, what's the current situation, guys? You are here, taxiway echo, and you want to depart via runway 06. How do you report this information to the radio service? Oscar Kilo, Foxtrot Alpha Golf, holding point echo for runway 06 right, ready for departure. Holding point echo for runway 06 right, departing runway 06 right. Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Golf, holding point echo for runway 06 right, ready for takeoff. Holding point echo for runway 06 right, departure runway 06 right. You all agree? Deksha, you agree as well? Okay, exactly, guys. So we are in uncontrolled aerodrome, okay? So we just tell them we are holding point here and we are departing, okay? So Oscar Kilo Foxtrot Alpha Juliet vacates runway 05 left in Lima Kilo Lima Tango. What shall the pilot report to the radio in an uncontrolled aerodrome? So vacate 05 left, it means that it's here and he vacates it to the right, okay? But he has to cross the runway, you see, because he wants to go to the refueling station. So he needs to cross the runway and then go to the refueling station. How will we report it? Oscar Kilo Fox Alpha Juliet, runway 05 left is vacated, crossing runway 05 right. Runway 05 left is vacated, request crossing 05 right. Request vacating runway 05 left, crossing runway 05 right. Runway 05 left is vacated, request crossing 05 right. Okay. So you agree with Deksha? Okay. Guys, we are in uncontrolled aerodrome, right? When do we request in uncontrolled aerodrome or we just announce? That's my question to you.
We just announce.
Exactly. So what's the answer, which is us announcing that we are vacating and then we are crossing? Then eventually the controller in the tower will tell us, no, wait, there is traffic, and he's helping us, okay? But which is the only answer in which no one is requesting anything? Exactly, okay? No, be careful, Mayank. Runway is vacated, request
Okay,
crossing.
it says requesting, yeah.
Okay, be careful. Okay, so runway 05 left is vacated, crossing runway 05 right. Okay, be careful to this. Same story here. Oscar Kilo Papa Alpha Victor needs to backtrack runway 23 left after landing. What would be the message the pilot shall transmit in the radio frequency? Papa Alpha Victor requests backtrack on runway 23 left. Backtracking on runway 23 left. Oscar Kilo Papa Alpha Victor. Backtracking on runway 23. Backtracking on runway 23 left. Which one is the correct one? So, in this case, okay. Okay, but Mayank, if you report B, backtracking on runway 23 left, how do I know who's calling me? As the controller, let's say you report me, you are Mayank with Oscar Kilo Papa Alpha Victor, and you tell me backtracking on runway 23 left. And how do I know who are you? You understand what I mean? I need to know who's calling me, right? Exactly, then is D. Okay, specifying always left. 2, 3 is not enough. Okay? Okay, if a pilot tried to establish contact in uncontrolled aerodrome, but no one is answering in the radio, what shall his or her action be? She should make constant call reporting his and her position and intention. No action. He shall cancel the flight. She shall establish communication with information en route service and get departure clearance from them. Or he shall establish communication with the closest aerodrome controlled and get departure clearance from them. What do you think should be done, guys? Exactly, Muhafiz. Exactly. Okay. What's happening here? We cannot call anyone else because the person who's responsible for our aerodrome is not there. Okay. So we have a radio service. So we cannot either call someone else. It doesn't work like that. Either en route or either around. We cannot do that. We have to keep communicating and make constant reports. All right. All right. Good. Understood? So, I am now opening the attendance, guys. You have it for 15 minutes. Click on the attendance button, please. And we can take 15 minutes break. Does that sound good? Very good, Mayan. Can we take 15 minutes 15 minutes break? Sounds good? Oh, okay, great. So I'll see you in 15 minutes, okay? See you later. Hello, guys. Can you hear me and see me? Wonderful. Great. So, Deksha, do you want to try to establish communication with me? Okay, so please unmute yourself. So again, I am Radiste, okay? Radiste Radio, and you can choose a call sign. What would you like to have?
Anything. It's confusing me a little.
Okay, I will give you the call sign, okay? Oscar Kilo, Hotel Alpha Delta. Okay, that's your call sign.
Yeah.
So right now you are at Apron Tango, okay?
Yeah.
And the first thing we want is to request the departure information. So always think who you are, where you are, what you want, okay? In this order. Don't forget to say hello at the first contact, okay?
Yeah.
Good.
First, I have to tell Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha what is it?
Delta.
Delta. Yeah. And then
No, you have to first say Radiste. So always first who you are calling and then who you are, okay? So who are you calling? Radiste Radio, right? You want to
register
communicate.
radio. Yeah.
And then you have to say who you are, okay?
Okay.
At that point
Register
you
radio.
start. Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Register radio Alpha Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. From now I have to tell from where I'm. Hello. Yeah. Then I have to tell hello.
Exactly, very good. You start like that always, okay? I will answer you. Radiste Radio, correction. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, Radiste Radio. Good day, pass your message. Now, you have to use who you are, where you are, what you want. So, who are you?
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta.
Okay.
And I'm in.
You can tell me the name of the piloting command, for example, and you can spell it.
Sorry.
You can tell me the name of the piloting command. You have to tell me the name of the piloting command. Because the first point is who you are. So, who you are is who
Oscar
is.
Kilo. This Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta.
Mhm.
Then I'm in a Apron Tango.
Okay, very good.
And then
Why you are calling me? What do you want?
information about the runway, whether it's clear or not.
This is called departure information.
Departure. Yeah.
Okay. Information. Okay, perfect. Now you try to say it again, okay, but add there, okay, your name, okay. You have to say piloting command Deksha, okay. No need to spell it. Just add it on who you are, okay. So try again. Who you are?
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. And then departure information.
Piloting command. You have to tell me the piloting command because who you are.
Piloting command.
Okay.
Then departure information. Apron Tango.
And then departure information. Okay, you have to go as like methodology. Okay, you have to use these three: who you are, where you are, what you want. Who you are, where you are, what you want. Okay, if you guys use this, you never make mistakes. Okay, if you are able to use this thing. So try again and establish communication again with me, please.
From the first.
No need to say hello. Just go ahead like we said hello, hello, okay? And now you have to pass your message.
After departure information,
No,
upon the
before. Try to do again the departure information part.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta,
Mhm.
departure information, and then upon the Tango. Then what I have to do?
Okay, but we have to go with the scale, right? Who we are, what we want, right? Correction, who we are, where we are, what we want. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
scale. You agree with me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So try to use it. Who you are? Who are you, Deksha? What's your call sign?
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta,
Where are you?
upon Tango,
Very good. And what do you want from me? Why you call me?
departure information.
Very good. You see, if you use this scale, you never go wrong. Okay. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Okay. Cessna 152. You can specify the type of aircraft you have.
Okay.
Then where you are on Apron Tango, request departure informations. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Now you ask me the departure information, and now you have to be ready to write down the information. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, Radishte Radio, runway use 06, left-hand traffic pattern, QNH 1005, no traffic reported.
Okay.
And now you have to read back everything I said.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta.
Mm-hmm.
No, then it's confusing.
Did you write what I told you?
Yeah. Runway 06 left-hand traffic pattern. Then QNH 1005.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else did I tell you? Did you miss anything?
Runway 06 is clear.
I didn't tell you that it's clear. I told you that is in use.
Yeah, in use. Okay.
Because you are calling me in order to know what runway is in use, right? Because you still don't know. You just jump in the aircraft and you still don't know anything. So you need to know which runway you have in use, we are using, in order to know where to taxi. Okay?
Okay.
So that's basically how it works. You just have to read back. Okay? So, Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, Radishte Radio, runway 06 in use, left-hand traffic pattern, QNH 1005, no traffic reported.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Then runway 06 in old.
In use. We are
In use. And then
Did you write what I said?
yeah.
Oh, just read it as it is.
Runway 06 left-hand traffic pattern, QNH 1005. The runway 06 in use.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you more. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to tell me back. So basically read, and that's what actually happened in the airplane. You will write it down, and then you will read me back when I tell you. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now you have all the information. You know that you have 06 in use. The runway is in use is 06. And what I will tell you now is Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, Radishte Radio, okay? Taxi at your own discretion. It means taxi up to you. You can taxi anyhow, okay? Just advise me. Just tell me how you want to taxi, okay? So what you will decide to do. You have runway 06 in use, okay? Do you see from the presentation?
Yeah.
06 in use, okay? It means you are in Tango. You either go via Golf, okay, and then
Okay.
enter runway 06, or via Tango and hold short runway 06. It means stay before the runway, okay, and wait. So it's up to you. You just have to report me your intention.
Yeah. Say before the run.
Perfect. Wonderful. But you have to specify which apron, which taxiway, okay? So how you do that? Again,
Okay.
who you are, where you are, what you do, okay?
Yeah. Oscar Kilo
Mhm.
Hotel Alpha Delta. Apron
Good.
Tango. Runway 06 left hand traffic pattern. QNH 1005.
You already told me these things. Okay. Now we pass the stage. Okay, we pass it. We know. We put it on the corner now. Okay. Now we want to do something else. We want to taxi. It means we want to move. Okay.
I started from the first. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. No problem. No problem. Now just keep the first one. I know you understood it, and I know you know it. Okay. Now try to do the taxi part. Okay. So just report me your intention to taxi. Okay. You can either taxi via Tango, via taxiway Tango, or via taxiway Golf. Okay. Make sure you specify that you taxi to the holding point, which is the part before. Okay. The just before entering the runway. Okay. Holding point 06. Okay. So up to you.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Apron Tango. Holding point runway 06.
Okay. Yes, but you have to tell me that you're taxiing via taxiway Tango or taxiway Golf. Okay? Because otherwise I don't know. Okay?
Yeah.
So try again. It will be, I'll tell you what you have to say. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta at apron Tango, taxiway, taxiing to holding point, runway 06, okay, via taxiway Tango. Okay? I wrote it in the chat for you. Try again.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Apron Tango. Taxing to runway 06, holding on runway 06, and then holding on point 06, runway 06 via taxiway Tango.
Very good. Very good. You just told me what are you going to do, what is your intention, what way are you going to take. Okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, Radishte Radio, copied. Taxi is clear. And yeah, that's it. Okay? Taxiway is clear. It means it's clear, it's clean. Okay? You can go, you are free. Okay? Now your next contact will be to report me that you are departing from runway 06.
Departing runway 06. Runway 06 is clear.
I have to tell you if it's clear or not.
No. I just have to tell departure runway 06.
Yeah. You just have to say departing runway 06. Okay? And you have to say who you are, obviously, because otherwise I don't know who's calling me. Okay?
Okay. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Departing runway 06.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Hold position. Traffic on final. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you answer? What did I tell you?
You told departure runway 06 is clear.
I did not.
No, it's on hold.
Say again.
Departure runway 06 is on hold.
No, I did not tell you, the departure runway 06 on hold. I told you. Hold position. What does hold position mean? Do you know?
Like, not to move.
Perfect. Amazing. We know what I told you, okay? So
Yes.
hold position, Oscar Kilo Alpha Delta, hold position, traffic on final. It means there is a traffic which is landing. You cannot go and depart, otherwise you will collide. So you have to hold your position. Now you basically have to answer what I just said. Communication is just about that. Answer what the controller tells you. Okay? So try to answer me. Oscar Kilo Alpha Delta, hold position, traffic on final.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Hold position 007.
No, I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you anything. You don't make it more complicated than it is. Don't worry. Hold position. Finish there. I told you to hold position, to stay in the position you were. Okay? And that's it. Okay? You just have to repeat what I say. It's very easy communication. Okay? Whatever I say, you repeat. That's it. Okay? Oscar Kilo Alpha Delta, hold position due to traffic on final. What you answer?
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Hold position. Traffic.
Perfect. Yes, you can say traffic on final, but there's no need.
Traffic.
Just say hold position and it's good. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, runway 06 is clear. Wind 100 degrees, 10 knots. What do you answer?
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Departing runway 06.
Okay, very good. Okay, I cleared you already. I told you already that is clear because the traffic went away, so you can go.
Yeah.
So I told you 06 is clear, and you just said you can either say clear or departing runway 06. Okay?
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
You want to try to do it again from the beginning?
Okay.
Good. Okay, so you are again apron tango as before. Okay?
Register radio Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Departing Tango. No, sorry. Oscar
Who you
Kilo
are,
Hotel
where you are,
Alpha
what
Delta.
you want.
Yeah. Then no. First, I have to tell. Register radio Oscar Kilo Alpha Delta. Hello.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, register radio. Hello, pass your message.
Oscar Kilo Alpha Delta. Apron Tango. Tango. Taxing on runway 06.
Okay. But what if the runway
Runway 06 left hand traffic point QNH
Wait.
1005.
Wait. We have to depart from the beginning, right? You have to ask me first the departure information. You cannot taxi without knowing where to go. Because maybe the runway used is not 06, but it's 24. You understood what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to first ask me which runway is used. How do you do that? You ask me the departure information. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay, try again. No need to say hello. Just we skip the part, we said hello, and go ahead now.
After apron Tango, what I have to ask?
The departure information.
Departure information. Yeah. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Departure information. Apron Tango.
Okay, first where you are, then what you want, okay? So,
Yeah.
Oscar Kilo Alpha Delta in apron tango, request departure information. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, Radishte Radio, runway use 06, left-hand traffic circuit, QNH 1002, no traffic reported.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Runway 06 left hand traffic pattern QNH 1005.
Okay. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, Radishte Radio, negative, QNH 1002.
Oh, yeah. Runway 06 left hand traffic point QNH 1002 is it? Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta requesting and then Apron Tango requesting for runway 06.
Okay. But you are in uncontrolled aerodrome and you don't need to request me. Okay? You can just tell me you are taxiing to the runway 06 via taxiway Tango or taxiway Golf. Okay?
Yeah.
So try again.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta.
Mhm.
Apron Tango.
Mhm.
Departing runway 06.
Okay, you are not still departing. So please read the chat, okay? You always have to go with who you are, where you are, what you want, okay? So, you see what I said? Who, where am I? So, who are you? Who are you? You are Oscar Kilo
Hotel Alpha
or
Delta.
Alpha Delta. Where are you?
Apron Tango.
Very good. What do you want? Why you call me? Because the next step, no, is to taxi. You need to taxi to move on ground. So what do you want? You want to taxi via Tango to holding point runway 06. Right? Because you want to taxi. You want to go toward the runway 06. So if you just use who, where, and what, you never go wrong. Okay? So try to do it again from the taxi position. Only this one. Okay? About the taxi.
Yeah. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Apron Tango. Taxing via Tango to holding runway 06.
Very good. Taxi clear. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta, register radio, taxi clear. It means you can go. Taxi clear. And you can either answer me nothing or taxi clear. Okay?
Yeah. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta taxi clear.
Okay, perfect. Now you go to Apron Tango, via Apron Tango to holding point 06, means just before the entering the runway. You do all your procedures, and then now you are ready for departure. Okay? So how do you report that you are ready? Or how do you report that you are departing? Sorry, you want to go. Okay? So again, you have to use who, where, and what. So
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Apron Tango.
you are not in Apron Tango anymore because you are at taxiway. You are holding point runway.
Yeah, taxiway 05.
No,
Taxi.
it's not 05.
Holding taxi via Tango holding runway 06.
Okay, and that's where. And why you call me? What do you want?
Departure information on runways.
You already have the departure information. Why you call me? What do you want to do?
To cross the runway 06.
You want to cross runway 06 to do what?
Take on the runway 05.
You want to go to runway 05? I didn't know. I didn't know about
No,
that.
just taking your information whether the runway is clear or not.
You want to depart, okay? You want to go now. You are there, you are ready to go, right? So,
Only if it's clear.
say again?
Only if the runway is clear.
Yeah, but then if you tell me that you want to depart from runway 06, I can tell you it's clear or it's busy, okay? But you have to tell me that you want to go. Otherwise, you will never be able to go, okay? So, again, who, where, and what? Who are you?
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta.
Where are you?
Runway 06 left hand traffic point.
You're not in the left turn traffic point. So,
Right.
no. So, you are in taxiway, Tango, holding point. You told me correctly before. Holding point 06, right? You are just holding before the runway, okay? And why you call me? What do you want? You want departure
Yeah, depart.
from runway, okay? 06. Okay? It's always the same things you say, okay? Who you are, where you are, what you want. No secrets. Okay?
Yeah.
So try to communicate with me. I wrote it for you in the chat.
Yeah. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Taxiway Tango holding point 06. Departing runway 06.
Okay. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Radiste radio. Hold position. Traffic on final. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Radiste radio. Did you copy?
Yeah. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Departure runway 06.
Negative Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Hold position. Traffic on final.
I just have to tell holding.
Yes, because I told you that there is a traffic and you have to hold the position. Otherwise, you get inside the runway and you crash.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Departure runway 06. No, I just have to
Negative
tell
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Hold position runway 06. Correction, hold position.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Holding position.
Fantastic. You see? Very easy. Hold position. Okay? I tell you hold position, you hold the position. Okay? Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Now, runway 06 is clear for departure. Wind 060 degrees, 12 knots.
Oscar Kilo Hotel Alpha Delta. Departure runway 06.
Perfect. Good. That's it. No, that's it. That's it. Because the wind, you never have to report it. Okay.
Yeah.
The wind is an information that you keep for yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Don't worry. With some exercise, it will get better and better. It's the first time you do it. Okay. So no worries. Okay. Just always think who you are, where you are, what you want. It's always the same. Who, where, and what. Who, where, and what. If you use this methodology, you never go wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Okay. So guys, can you please open the worksheets? Do you see my worksheet? Very good. So, question number 8. No, correction, question number 9. When crossing a runway, a pilot should always report the runway identification numbers. Is this true or false? So it's true. Do you all guys agree? Exactly. Okay, it is true. Why? Every time we are subject to either clearances or information, okay, which are regarding a runway, we always have to report the identification number and letter, whether it's left, right, or center. Okay. So this is true. The following communication between pilot and controller take place. Letniani radio, pilot will say, Letniani radio, Oscar Kilo Foxtrot Alpha Golf, holding short, runway 05 right, request crossing 05 right, and hold short 05 left. Controller says, Oscar Kilo Foxtrot Alpha Golf, stand by. What shall be the next answer of the pilot? Roger, no answer, stand by, or Wilco?
Roger, I think.
Deksha, what do you think? Deksha, you agree? See, okay. So anytime we have the standby call, okay, no answer is expected, okay? So we do not have to answer at all because they are busy doing something else and they do not want us to interrupt the frequency, okay? Or maybe there is another aircraft which has to be clear either for landing, takeoff, or taxi, okay? So in this case, no answer is expected, okay? Is it clear for everyone? No, okay. Oscar Kilo Foxtrot Alpha Golf is currently on taxiway Alpha. Wind is coming from 040 degrees, 12 knots. What action shall the pilot take? In order to take off, he should cross runway 24 left and take off from runway 24 right. Announce backtrack on runway 24 left or announce backtrack on runway 06 right. So here is the situation, guys. The pilot is on taxiway Alpha, okay, here, and we know that the wind is coming from 040 degrees. So from which runway we take off if the wind is coming from 040 degrees? 06 or 24? What do you guys think?
So wind is coming towards 04 degrees, right?
From 040 degrees.
From, okay.
So we.
Then it's 06.
Very good. Okay. Very good. You agree, Diksha, as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
opposite to the wind direction.
Very good. Always, okay? We always take off in headwind, okay? So in this case, what shall we do? We shall backtrack on runway 24 and take off from runway 24, or we shall backtrack on runway 05 right, 06 right, and take off from 06 right, or we should cross 24 left and take off from the grass runway with 24 right. What shall we do? Very good, exactly. So we should announce backtrack on runway 06 right. Okay, you all agree, guys? because we have to take off from runway 06 right. Very good, very good. The aerodrome shown in the image above has an information service. Is this true or false? Is radio or information service, guys?
It's radio, so it will be false.
Exactly, it's false, okay, because this is a radio service. It's no information, so no meteorological system is shown, okay? So it's false. Okay? Very good. Okay, good, guys. So, do you have any question for today? Okay, so if no question, guys, you can go and leave the class. Thank you for your attention. I'm very happy about your knowledge. Well done. See you, guys. Bye. See you, Daksha. See you, Muhafiz. See you.